Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Sporting160EN podcast, number 121, talking about the big win against Braga over the weekend. But let me go straight to the panel, starting off with my man, Sam. Sam, how's it going, bro?
Yeah, it's been going good. Sporting playing well. Can't ask for much more. Just going to take this moment to plug that I was on a good friend of mine podcast the other day, Cortelinas. Give you it on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. I've retweeted it on the Sporting page and my personal page. So if you want to give that a listen, talk about Sporting, Porto, Benfica, just the game week in general. So if you do have time, please check it out. But yeah, I'm great, man.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Also joined by Christian. Christian, how's it going, bro?
It's going good, dude. I mean, we had another tough game against Braga. We keep pulling out results, specifically against Braga. I mean, if you're going to completely finance their project, right, you got to make them your bitch. So they're our bitch, right? They used to be Benfica B. They might be transitioning to Sporting B at this point, if we're being real here. So good win against Sporting B, and yeah, let's keep it rolling.
Facts. Let's go. Let's jump straight into the Twitter questions as always. Let me just pull it up here. Starting off with our boy Richard Neves at Richard_N7. He asks, since you sort of touched on it a little last week, do we think the issue/relationship with the club and the Clocks will ever be resolved? What sort of solution do we see them coming to, if ever? It's a good question. I'll ask both of you that, but Chris, I'll start with you, dude.
Do I think it ever will be resolved? I think it will be resolved one day. I mean, it has to be resolved one day. Will it be resolved by this administration? I don't know. I truly don't know. I think a good way to start would be to make a statement against the Cartão de Adepto. To publicly come out against that would be a step in the right direction. Something very simple that they can do. They probably won't even do that. And I would say that is just like, if you want to do something to change the direction of things, here's a simple thing that you can do. Put out one press release tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what I would say to them. And I don't think that they would ever do that or consider doing that. So yeah, I think that we'll see. I think that the direction of the Cartão de Adepto thing is going to be the direction that this goes in. If they keep trying to insist that it's going to happen and it keeps being like empty, even as we hit like 80% vaccination, the stadiums fill up completely. Like, I think it is going to come to a head. We haven't seen anything yet, basically, as far as like the height of like the protest against it, basically, and like the pressure that will be put on them to disband it.
Fox, how about you, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much Chris hit it nail on the head there. I'm just not gonna piggyback too much off it, but I think from both sides needs to be a bit more of maturity and a bit more just like looking to look past it, because I feel like there's a bit of resentment on both sides between each other. I think at one point they've just both got agreed to a solution. I'm not sure what that solution would be, but I think it's going to take both sides to have a bit more maturity and talk about it and hopefully get a resolution, because we just want fans in the stadium and we want them to cheer on our boys. And so hopefully they do come up with a resolution.
Yeah, facts. Agreed. Next question comes in from our girl Lauren at Lauren She asks, how good do you think Matheus Nunes can become? His performances seem to have gone up a level so far this season. Do you think Jovan can keep up his current form, or will he drop off soon? Sam, I'll give those two to you, dude.
Yeah, I watched the latest podcast today, the one you did last week, and Chris made a good point where he said Matheus Nunes pretty much just goes like that. And I agree. Every time he plays a big game or starts a big game, I've been impressed. How far can he go? If he continues to put the work in and continues to play as he does, then there's no doubt that I can see him playing for a quote unquote bigger team than Sporting. Hopefully he gets called up to the national team one day, and if he carries on, I can't see why not, unless Jean Mario and
national team's fighting over him, bro. Yeah. Brazil could still try to call him, if Portugal's playing if Portugal's been playing politics and stuff and not calling him because he's at Sporting or whatever, I mean, Brazil could try to pull a savage one, right?
We've done that with a few players. That Alan, who now plays for Everton, played for Napoli, could have played for us, but we held out so long that he just went. I think Brazil called him. But I think he can go to the very top. And the question on Jovan, I mean, me and Chris and Danny have said it many, many times that he's probably the most inconsistent player we have. He'll have one really great game last season. That was against Porto where he scored 2. I remember the next game he started he was really bad. I just hope he changes. But for now, I hate being negative. But until he proves me otherwise, then I think it's going to be same old Jovan, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. But so far, so good, man. Like
he did come through in a critical moment this past weekend.
Yeah.
Next question comes in from our boy Rick at RGM2611. He asks, who is the one addition we would like to see added to the team? Chris, what do you think?
One addition? I mean,
I'm pretty set with the team right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, let's just say I would rather keep Mateus than add some like striker that they get from like the Portuguese league and overpay for.
Agreed. Sam, do you have an addition you want to add to the team, maybe?
I just think we still need a backup striker. Even if we get one on loan from somewhere, I'll be happy. But to be honest, I don't want to pay what Portuguese want for Beto at the moment. I feel like they probably get better options for cheaper. Even someone on loan, like I said, from like in Italy or Spain, even England, I think is needed just for that backup for Paulinho, because Paulinho seemed to nailed it down, and to his credit, it's been all right so far.
I don't know how they can't just get. Yeah, this is actually a situation where just getting like maybe a loan from a top 5 league or top 3 league actually like makes sense, because you don't necessarily have to play him. He doesn't have to start. There's no pressure on him. If he just sits there and does nothing because you don't need him, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, all it cost you was a split of salary maybe. So it's like, fuck it, right?
Yannick Bolasie is a free agent, you know.
He could play up top. I was told he could play up top.
Yeah, exactly. The last dance of Bolasie. Yeah.
We were sold a dream, boys. Next question comes in from our boy Alexander Hartle at Lex_Hartel. Do you think we will see more new players after the Virginia deal? And also, it kind of relates, so I'll ask Nunu's at the same time, since it hasn't been official yet. Actually, never mind. I thought it was headed in a different direction. So we'll just answer Hartle's. After Virginia, who do you think, I guess, any new players? I guess it's the same thing, right? Do you guys think of a new player will come? Marcus Edwards is still being flirted with us. Trying to think of other rumors, but it hasn't been too many.
I'm saying no. I don't think there's any more. Like you said, there's not been a strong rumor. Marcus Edwards, unless it's reported by record, then I'm not going to believe it, and I don't think it has. But yeah, I think we're done. Bar like a major injury in the next few games, then maybe. But I think we're done for now.
Yeah, I agree. And then, for the last question with Nuno Gabriel, since it hasn't been official yet, the Virginia deal, who do you think will assume the backup spot in Max's place? We can definitely talk about the Virginia deal now as well, but if not Virginia, who else would it be?
Andre Paul by default, probably.
Diego Calai as well, I think.
So Virginia will not play B-SAD on Saturday. They're going to need to come up with a backup for Saturday. So who do you think?
It'll probably be Andre Paulo.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to be honest with you. I'll ask your guys' opinion on the deal since we're on here. I'm shocked that we're even getting another keeper, especially for a $5 million buy.
Wait, I saw a 3.5, and then I saw 5. And then I saw 5, though. Then I saw 5. Which one is it? I guess we'll find out. Maybe I thought he was supposed to announce today. Maybe we'll find out.
I heard conversion between pounds and euros. Is that?
It might be.
Maybe.
But wouldn't it be less then? Wouldn't 3.5 million euros be like 2.9?
Maybe it was 3.5 million pounds.
Oh,
but even still, that seems pretty
if it was
high.
3.5 million pounds, it might be 5 million euros.
Yeah.
Dude, like, that's a joke, dude.
But
That's not worth it at all.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. We just sold. Okay, I understand why we sell Max.
Even
we
if
need
he
to sell
plays
somebody.
let's just say he plays half the season somehow, and he's okay. I don't see that being worth it. And there's no shot he plays like 4 games, maybe, you know.
And it's such a weird signing because he's a backup keeper anyway. It's not like we're getting someone who's got consistent minutes. Say like someone like if we got someone like a Dan, like an older keeper, more experienced. Like, I mean, the deal doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Or even a Portuguese league keeper, like that guy Samuel Portugal. Like he's starting right now, you know, like, and then he would come to be the backup. Yeah. Like we're signing like a backup / third string to be a backup again with a fat buyout.
And Samuel Portugal will at least weaken like our direct rival.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas like Virginia, like if anything, we're just like doing Everton a favor for now for them to maybe buy Mateus Nunes in like January instead or some shit like that. I don't know. But another thing I don't understand is we're selling Max because we need to sell. Fair enough. Why are we buying a backup keeper for more or less the same price? Like that doesn't.
I don't think. What percent chance do you think that like Hugo Viana thinks he's actually going to activate that clause? Because if it's more than like 20%, then that deal with Max makes no sense then, because you would just basically be breaking even, right?
Mm. It's a weird deal because even Everton fans don't rate Joe Virginia that much. He's like the third choice keeper. I think he went on loan to Reading last season and was pretty poor by all accounts. So I really have no idea why he's here, to be honest. But I don't think it's getting activated anyway, the buying clause.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, let's just hope nothing happens to Adan, man. I mean, he played a lot last. I mean, this guy in like the previous 3 seasons put together like 4 matches, and then last season he plays like 32 or 34 or something, whatever. I don't like. It's a lot of fucking games for a dude that it had been averaging like 2 games this season. So if he does it again, he's getting older. He's like 34, right? I don't want him to get hurt, but like obviously it's more of a possibility than with a younger keeper. So it's like this guy could be critical for Sporting's title defense in the end, you know? And who knows how good he actually is. I guess we'll find out. He has very limited minutes as well over the last couple seasons just because of his positioning as like a backup in between like the reserves and the first team. He's like not really playing for either, you know.
Who is Everton's starting keeper, by the way? I'm forgetting. Was it Steckelberg?
Jordan Pickford.
The England goalie. Yeah.
Right, of course.
And they just signed
Begovic is the backup.
Begovic, yeah, who from Bournemouth, who got relegated, right? Or there.
Yeah, got relegated 2 years ago, but he's been like such an experienced Premier League keeper that it makes sense.
Yeah. There's like he's frozen out now. Like he was getting like bench time last season because he was like the backup, but he wouldn't even get that this year. There,
Canadian. He was raised in Canada, by the way. Begovic. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to
Calgary. Dude, you guys missed out on one, bro.
Nah, but we did, yeah. But we have a sick keeper.
He plays for Bosnia, the national team, right?
He was born there, and then I think he moved to Calgary at like 4 or 5. So he could have played for Canada. He has actually, in fact, he did play for Canada for the youth levels. Actually, fun fact.
Damn, bro, the one that got away.
The one that got whatever. We have Milan Borjan, bro, who's killing it for fucking Red Star Belgrade. Anyways, I was looking up fucking João Virginia right now.
Look at those stats, bro. Look at those fucking stats, dog.
Horrible. He played 1 game against Burnley, 47 minutes.
Did Pickford get sent off or some shit?
And then he played, bro. They threw him in for a Manchester City like FA Cup game where they lost 2-0. They beat Salford in the AFL Cup 3-0 with him in that.
He probably didn't reach the goal the other team.
Exactly, and this is all U23
games. He has a good
games.
CV though. He's like Everton, Arsenal. I think he started at Benfica.
He always started for the under 21s. Always, even when I didn't think he was the better keeper, he would always start for the under 21s. Like
Yeah.
Who's this guy's dad?
I was looking at his agency. Like maybe it's Judge Minge. Maybe that can explain anything. But he's with it's called Wasserman. Like they have who was it? Like Varane and stuff like that. I just had it up.
Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows what we are getting here? It's the surprise deal.
Sorry, they have like Laporte or they have Rafael Guerreiro. I mean, Giovanni Reina. I don't know, bro. Like, anyways, like I thought something would be able to explain it here on Transfer Market, but nothing. Like, it's a weird one. Again, I don't quite get it. I don't get why we're in for him when we're selling our backup, but it is what it is. Let's jump right into the game, and then we'll talk more about transfers in a little bit. Let me pull it up here. Sporting, of course, with a big 2-1 win away from home against Braga. Shout out to our guy, Dave Pereira. Big Braga fan. Much love to the guy. Our starting 11 was as followed. We had a Dananet, Inácio, Coates, Fadal, Isgaio, and Vinagre. In the midfield was Mateus Nunes, Palhinha, Pot, Giovanni, and Paulinho up front. We had substitutions of Nuno Santos, Mateus Reis, who came on and came right back off. Tiago Tomás, Porto, and Ugarte with his debut, a little 5-minute debut. And then Braga had Mateus Jeanette, Mateus Magalhães. They had Paulo Oliveira, João Silva, Tormen in the back line, Galeno, and Fabiano at the wing-back position. Fran Sergio playing his last game for Braga. Al-Mustari in the midfield as well. Fabio Martins, Abel Ruiz, and Paizon up front. And then substitutions of André Horta, Mario Gonzalez, Yuri, Rui Font, and Roger, the 15-year-old. Sam, we'll start off with you. What were your thoughts on this game?
First of all, Fabio Martins was playing FIFA Street or something. Like he was Rabonas and like all these like fancy flicks. But in the game, right, I thought up until the sending off, we dominated them. I didn't see a lot from them at all. But then Matthews Rice does something stupid. I think he kicked the ball away to get his first yellow, and then a stupid challenge to get his second. Like, I mean, I don't understand why, again, Ruben Amorim just obsessed with just picking him, putting him in. Like, I know Nuno Mendes is injured and Vinagre has not had a full preseason, but I just don't get it. But yeah, Braga didn't worry me at all until the sending off. I thought Pot was great. That second goal was fantastic build-up play, fantastic finish. Jovan, like we mentioned earlier, with a great header. That was probably one of the best goals in terms of importance that he scored for us. But in terms of everything, I thought it was a good game for us. We looked confident on the ball. Coates, I thought was his old self. Inácio for their goal, I thought could have done a bit better. But again, I feel like Matthews Rice has let us down big time there. It could have been so much worse than it was because they were just killing us as soon as he got sent off. I don't remember the time we got out of our half since then. And I will say for Braga, Roger Fernandez, is it Roger Fernandez? Was fantastic for them, being 16, 15, however old he is. Broke Dario Suga's record for the youngest player in Liga Buin. But
Braga, not long until Amorim put the 13-year-olds
in. Yeah, Braga have made good signings, but I don't know what it is for them. And I believe that's 5 straight wins we have since Amorim's taken over Braga, which is a really good sign. I think if the way we play in the first 2 games, I'm confident for the next few weeks, at least until that Porto game. But I'm very impressed with pretty much the whole team, bar Matthews Rice. Ugarte, I feel like was thrown in, and I felt a bit sorry for him. He was thrown in a man down already. Probably wasn't easy for him. I know Amorim apologized in the post-game press conference putting him in. But I mean, that's life for him, really. But yeah, a great performance. Shame about the sending off, but really, really impressed with Sporting.
Agreed. How about you, Chris?
Yeah. I also thought it was. I thought it was a dominating performance, not in so much the sense that like I don't think we definitely didn't even have more shots or possession than them, but I felt confident in it. Like, I thought Adan definitely did make some clutch saves, and I think that if some things go the way that they don't, like if a few things did go change differently, we could easily have lost this game. Who was that belter at the end? Adan does make like a good save to get his hands behind it, but literally if that shot is anywhere other than where it was, then this is a 2-2 game, even with everything else that happens. Jovan's header, like that's a very, very difficult finish. This dude missed like at least four opportunities, including a PK, that were much more easier to finish last week. And today in this game, and against a harder opponent, puts in, a fading away side of the head header right before half. So it's like I also like didn't think that he was incredible for most of that half, and then he does that. So I mean, that's just the Jovan factor. It just literally always is a game breaker on him. Yeah, I mean, I guess just like shouting out individual performances, I thought that Vinagre was pretty poor again, and I think that's probably the reason why he pulled him off. But it's like I mean, to be fair to Mateus Reis, he did in like the 15 minutes he played before he got sent off, he wasn't playing as bad as I've seen him play in other games.
I think we put in the group chat that he was playing like his best
Yeah,
ever.
he's playing pretty.
He definitely said that too. Yeah,
He's definitely
literally.
He's better. He was better in the wing back, I think, probably than the center back, because there's a line of defense behind him if he fucks it up. But I mean, let's just recall his first booking. He takes a massive first touch, loses his footing trying to get to it, falls on his face. The other player gets the ball and he just grabs him back. Grabs the ball, like he's not even booked for grabbing the player and the foul. Grabs the ball and just chucks it in the air. That's how he gets the first yellow. And the second yellow
was screaming at him as well, by the way. It was really funny.
And then the second yellow, we already know he's just clumsy and late, whatever. And that was like his 28 minutes or however long he lasted out there. I mean, if that doesn't put him in the doghouse with Amorim, then nothing will, man. Nothing will put him in the doghouse. He's not an option next game, guaranteed at least. But if that doesn't put him in the doghouse, then we're stuck with him forever. Again, I think you said Coates is back to his old self. Agreed. Coates are done. Immense back there. Looking back on the Braga goal, Inacio looks pretty bad in the photograph, as they say. Should probably go with his head. Tries to do like a weird acrobatic kick, and just Braga player just comes in and just easily heads it in. I think it was Abel Ruiz. And then I mean, after the red, it was frenetic, and they were on us, and we got out of there. But we play Braga recently, man. Since we have Amorim, we just we can't lose against them. So it's just tough to be Braga, man. No matter what these guys do, they just can't get one past us.
Facts. I was gonna ask. I mean, Sam, clear, good double yellow on Mateus Reis, or do you think at least the first one is a little harsh?
Nah, it was deserved. You can't be doing that in such a big game. The second one, if he wasn't on the yellow card, then I'd say fair enough. It's like a tactical foul. But when you're already on the yellow, then yeah, it's just clumsy. But yeah, the referee. I think the referee was really good in this game. Actually, I had nothing to really complain about on his side. But yeah, definitely deserved second yellow and first.
Sorry, I agree too. I just think the only criticism I have on the referee was that Portugal literally the same foul happened to him maybe 10-15 minutes prior, and ref waved it off like, okay, here's the foul, but no yellow card against them. That's the only annoying thing about that. But I agree, a clear yellow on that. I was gonna ask
who was who was it? Galeno, maybe? Who was the
what?
one that was losing their head because they thought that they kept getting fouled? And then
Galeno
they-
was
Yeah, for sure,
pissed.
Galen.
Dude, it was so funny watching him freak out, dude. And then the last one that he was really freaking out about, he was like, I think he was trying to get a PK or something. Just nothing.
It was
there.
outside the box too.
Yeah, or whatever it was. He was like, it was either going to be a
Yeah.
dangerous free kick or a PK. Just absolutely nothing in it, dude.
Nothing in it though. Yeah. Yeah. I also like did you also see like the one play where it was Ignacio. He made like a beautiful like little play in the middle, and then he passed it out to Pot. I guess he didn't realize there was somebody around him, and he just showed too much of the ball, and then Galeno came in and cut it off for a Sporting corner. And Galeno was talking. It seemed like he was talking shit to Pot immediately after. Fuck that guy, bro. I would love Galeno on the team. Don't get me wrong. But fuck that guy. One little defensive play he makes, and he's already like chatting shit to fucking the top goal scorer. Like, how dare you?
Every time he's played against us, though, especially when Amoris took over, he's not been good. But I do rate him as a player. But I don't know what it is. But against us, he's just not very good.
Yeah, I agree. But honestly, if we're gonna get another player from Braga, if it's not Galeno, like close up shop, boys. The other question I was going to ask was, again, similar to what we had, to what we spoke about last week, Isgaio and Bodo. I think Isgaio had another great game. A beautiful cross to Jovan. Guy just took a touch and like basically got it right to Jovan's head. Seems like Bodo's been back in training. I mean, he did get subbed on. What do you say next game? Isgaio or Bodo on that right? I'll start with you, Chris.
Maybe it might be an opportunity to put Poro in just for the sake of squad rotation. I mean, to be sad at home, like I think you got to be able to take care of that. So yeah, I think it might be a good game just to because like there's nothing like I think that there's a scenario where like you work out a plan for them to both play. And if anything, you give Esgaio some minutes maybe on the other side, or even it like on the wing or something. So yeah, I just think they need to make like a schedule. Basically, it's like when you have two good goalies, you just kind of like, all right, who's going to play the first half? Who's going to play the second half? Like, what's more important? Like, they just literally need to figure out a schedule because keep out both their value side, keep them both happy.
I'd agree. How about you, Sam?
For now, I say leave it as it is and don't fix what isn't broke. Sorry. I would say I agree with Chris. Vinagre is the most likely one to come off due to like fatigues, like still not fully fit. Bring either Poro or Esgaio on that side, and just see how it goes. Esgaio can also play on the wing. So if we take off a winger, move Esgaio up and bring Poro in. But I think for now, just keep it as it is.
Yeah, I actually agree. If anything, I agree with both of you, really. Isgaio maybe on the left, because Vinagre's last two games haven't been too great. Bodo on the right, but I'd agree. Keep Isgaio in for now.
Yeah, keep Vinagre's games down. Like, there's no need to be working him closer to that clause for no reason. The clause that, as I tweeted and no one saw, no one knows what the amount of games is. Is it 20? Is it 25? Is it 30? I have no idea what it is. He's already at 2 very early.
Yeah.
Nuno Mendes is still on the team. Let's keep those games down, boys. Let's keep those games down. Let's play Esgaio on the left.
I'm pretty much too late for Nuno Mendes to come in this game. He just trained today, right?
With limitations,
yes.
Yeah, I think.
With limitations, even
this guy, dude, he was supposed to be out for like 4 days. It's been like 3 games, dude.
It's made of glass.
Yeah. Maybe we're protecting him from the transfer market.
Anytime they report a Nuno Mendes injury in the press, they are lying. He will just be. It's actually he doesn't even need to miss this one game. We're holding him out of this one game as a precaution. He will definitely be back next week. That's what they said. Just a complete lie.
I can't think of anything else that really happened in this game to talk about. The only other thing that I, again, want to mention, because I want to talk more about the fans this year. seeing as they're back in the stadium. Another conflict between this time it seems like it came more from the Braga side than the Sporting side. But what do you guys make of this little scrap that the Sporting and Braga fans had when it went 2-0 up?
I just can't, dude. Like, it's honestly like a meme of Portugal, right? Like, and the Cartão de Adepto, because like, basically, like you could say like the elites of the Portuguese league and the people that like make these rules and type of stuff, they look down on like ultras and stuff like that as like dirty and like violent and like, you know, drugs and alcohol, like gross, whatever else they like generalize and like stereotype. And they would say like the people who sit in like the boxes and the business suites and like the padded seats in Central, like these people are people of class. But that's exactly where this fight goes down. It's literally like nice Braga seats and like a box that has Sporting fans in it. So these are all presumably people with pretty nice fucking seats. So I think that that's why the story is very underreported, because it's very like inconvenient based on those details. Like if there was even a scrap in the normal seats of like literally any other circumstance between Braga and Sporting fans, I'm pretty sure that would be like the story like of the week. You know, it'd be like this story was like one article Monday. That's it. Like gone. And on the fucking broadcast, they don't even show it. They just talk about it. They're like, we've got some scrapping amongst the fans, and they literally didn't even show it. They just said it was happening. And I was like, oh, what does that mean? Like, that's kind of weird. That's kind of crazy. Like, because I did see that there was some Sporting fans there, like, by way of, like, buying tickets through Braga fans that they know, or, like, I don't know fucking know how they got tickets, and they all went to, like, one section. It looked like there was a handful of them. I, like, assumed it was them. Literally, it wasn't even them. Dude, like, that story is very inconvenient for the people that push Cartão de Adepto. I'll just say that. I'll end it with that.
I agree. All right, Sam, man of the match.
I'm going to give it to Matheus Nunes. I was close to giving it to Adan, but I think Matheus Nunes had one of those sort of under the radar performances. But if you look at the stats, like he ran the most, had a lot of completed passes, had a lot of tackles. I think he's sort of like the hidden gem, and I think he does stuff that Joel Murray didn't do last year. Yeah. And I think he's just, like Chris said last week, just going to keep going up and up and up. Hopefully we keep him. If not, I understand if he wants to go, because it's a big opportunity for him. But, you know, fair enough.
We've got breaking news in the chat. Breaking.
Is it really?
Yo,
I was actually looking that up.
It's on record, bro. It's fucking over, dude. Let's go. New Adel Rami replacement.
Who is in charge of their finances, bro? Do they need to
Are they taking that 1.4 million euro salary too?
Let me see. I'm reading the Jogo article at least.
That's awesome. That is fucking awesome, dude. But the thing is, it's like if he plays, he's like if he plays against like Porto or Benfica, like that is such a liability, you know. If we're looking for those our rivals to drop points, like it'll never happen if he's on the field. But hey, you never know, dude. He might score like a header. We can freak out in one of these games.
To be fair, that crappy Boavista team with Adel Rami beat Benfica 3-0. So
true.
They beat Blasters 3-0 this weekend. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, good
good
luck to him, I guess. Yeah. Shout out to Johnny Signero for giving us the breaking news.
That's
breaking
electric.
News, man.
That's electric, man.
Yeah. Anyway, Matheus Nunes, man.
Sorry. Agreed. How about you, Chris?
I'm gonna give it to Adan. I think that the save maybe on the Mateus there, no, the Fabio Martins Rabona might be one for the cameras in the end, but you don't want the guy to score Rabona on you. So I understand the need to just get that shit the fuck out by any means. Swat at it, just No one's scoring a Rabona on you. Absolutely not. And he made some big saves down the stretch, so I'm going to give it to Adon. Pretty sure he got a yellow, too, for time wasting. Is that 2 already this season?
That is 2.
Okay. Worth noting. Worth noting. He's played 3 games.
Yep. Yeah, man. Jordan giving it to Jovan. I think that's a great shout. Goal and assist. I was gonna also. I'll give it also to Adon, but Mateus Nunes was immense, man. I fucking love Mateus Nunes. And what he's been bringing to the team. Let's talk some transfers. Sporting going to Middlesbrough. Sam, I'll start with you, but I'll ask you as well, Chris. What do we make of that move? 8.5 option to buy.
Mandatory.
Mandatory. Oh, okay.
If he hits the clauses.
And the clause is what, 15 goals and a promotion, which is definitely not easy to come by. But
it's gonna be it'll be by way of the playoff. But it'll be electric if they're in the playoffs and all the Sporting fans are like watching the Middlesbrough in the playoff.
But no, he follows in the footsteps of Balassi and Rochenbach, you know.
The legend.
Club legends.
Yeah, exactly. But I generally think Sporar is a good striker. I just think he's a bad fit for the Portuguese league. If you look at what he did in the Europa League, he was the top scorer as we signed him. He had interest from Celtic and Rangers, which I think he probably should have gone there. But I genuinely think he's a good striker. I don't think this is the best move for him either. Championship's quite a competitive league, and Neil Warnock isn't the most exciting, has the most exciting play style, to say the least. But
just get the job done type shit, I feel like.
Yeah, that is pretty much, that's his career motto. But I mean, good luck to him. He deserves the chance. I think he's been sort of treated unfairly by Amorim. Didn't really get a chance to have a full season under him. But good luck to him. I hope he does well.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, no, I think it's a very intriguing move. As some of you may know, I love this championship, so I'm intrigued to see Sporting. I think he's got the body and the physique to be a good championship striker. Just bang bodies with some of these center backs and just muscle your way to goal. So a lot of these games are high scoring too. So I think there's opportunity there for him. 15 goals is a lot to ask. I mean, that's basically means he's having a hell of a season, and he's presumably their leading scorer. And that would probably put him top 5 in the division. I would say probably maybe top 8. So that'd be a pretty fucking good season. And let's just say he has 13, they make the playoffs and don't get promoted. Maybe they activate that clause anyways because they still think he's pretty good. Who knows? But yeah, I guess all we can do is root for Middlesbrough and hope that Sporting gets as many minutes as possible to try to score as many goals as possible. And we'll be tracking it closely for sure and be updating you guys as the Middlesbrough news comes in.
Facts. Another little rumor here. I don't know if he's a free agent. That's what Philippe Paris is saying.
He's only a free agent. They just chopped him loose. I don't think it went.
I did say they're willing to sell him because of.
Did you see what they did with their centre back Marcelo? He had one bad game and it was a 3-0 loss, and they rescinded his contract after the game because he played so bad. If that happened to Sporting in 2019, we'd have no players left.
I mean, Julia would have lasted 2 games, dude, and then we would have had to terminate him.
Yeah, exactly.
SA 1 game terminated. There would have been a lot of one and dones.
That Marcelo guy's not bad. I didn't realize a 3-0 loss to Angers to start the season is that horrible for them. But yeah, I mean, he's on the chopping block apparently, so. I mean, if he's a free, I think we'd all agree he'd come to Sport. We'd love him at Sporting. But in terms of buying him, are we on the Slimani train? What do you think, Sam? Even if he's a free, talk to me.
I'm gonna have to be the unpopular guy and say I think we just have to move on. It's not the same Slimani. It's not even 2 years ago Monaco Slimani. I just think we need to move on. It didn't work with Jean Mario last year. It's not worked with Elias before, and João Pereira come back last year and he was okay, but I think we literally just need to move on to someone else. If he comes on a free and he has lower salary and he says, okay, I'll be the backup to Paulinho, or if he works with Amorim, then okay, I'm willing to give him a chance. But I just don't think we need a striker, but I don't know if he's
would Slimani even be an upgrade over Sporar if we kept him as a backup?
Not right now. I think. But I
think
just
it's the style of play too. It won't benefit us, I don't think. Maybe the crosses.
Also, he's a Bruno Carvalho guy. Like, are we ever? They'll never bring back a Bruno Carvalho guy, will they? But I guess João Mario kind of was, but he's the academy, so
exactly.
Really count.
João Pereira was at 1.2, if I'm not mistaken.
He was brought back to the club. He was brought back to the club by Bruno Carvalho. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying right now, no. Unless he reduces his salary, because I think he's still earning quite a lot at Lyon. If he reduces his salary by a lot and we get him for free, then fine. Even like I said, a loan would be all right. But I don't think
I would take him on loan. I would take him on loan.
Yeah, but
I would not pay any money for him.
Yeah.
And
if
they just raised him, then I guess maybe if we could sign him on reasonable wages, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely not my first choice option. But if it gets them to sign a striker, I've been telling them, we've been saying to sign a striker or have more than 2 strikers on your roster for like 3 years, and they won't do it. So,
agreed.
If they want to try to do this to like get all the fans on their side or something, I don't even care. Just sign a striker.
I agree. What do you guys think of Nani? Would you want him back home? Killing it for MLS though.
Dude, he's too good to come back, I feel like.
Too good. He's too good for us now.
Yeah.
I think that bridge has been burnt a long time ago, unless the new administration. But I mean, I would love to see him back, but at the same time, only if he comes to be a starter. I don't want to have him back for like a retirement tour.
I wouldn't mind that, but like same thing with Slimani, reduced wages.
He can play still. I can see him going back to Europe, but like what league could you guys see him going to outside of Portugal if he was going to go back now for a retirement tour? Maybe like back to Italy, do you think?
Yeah, maybe like a smaller Italian team. I was just thinking maybe a Scottish team.
I was thinking like a Monaco, like a
maybe a French team. Yeah. I don't really know if there's any.
Or even like go to China, get another payday. Just go for it, man. Just.
I think he'll retire.
He's like top 5. He's like top 5 in MLS. To be honest, salary wise, he's like at like 7.5 mil a year, I think. And Florida taxes are. I don't even think there is a state income tax. So my guy's in a pretty good fucking situation financially. I'll say that much.
And I think it's better for him to just stay there anyways.
Yeah, he's tearing it up. He's gonna become like one of the faces of the league, I think, if he stays. He already is, but like he can really become one if he plays, 2-3 seasons,
Yeah, exactly. We slightly talked about it, but we didn't necessarily fully talk about it. What do you guys make of the Max de Granada deal? 5 million, or was it 4.5 with
4.5 plus 0.5 with a bonus option or opportunity?
Fair enough. So Chris, what do you make of Max going there?
I mean, I think it's the best move for Max's career, probably. I mean, it seems like he's gonna start. I don't know for sure, but it seems like he is. It seems like he's on a path to start. So starting for a La Liga team is better than sitting on the bench for Sporting. So, a
La Liga team that made Europa League, by the way.
Yeah,
too.
That's just a fact. It's just for his career. He's probably getting a pay increase.
Yeah.
It's the best move for his career. As far as for Sporting, I mean, for Sporting, you can make an argument that it's pretty pointless, especially when you consider like the Virginia deal and like the option to buy price and like the price that you're selling Max for. It's like, I mean, Virginia always started over Max on the under 21s and like under 19s. And it's like, is Virginia better than Max? I don't think he is. He might be. I guess we'll find out maybe. But yeah, I mean, as far as from Max's perspective, I understand completely. As far as Sporting's perspective, I think it's just it's just bad timing, really. Like we have a good veteran who's in his twilight years, so we're just gonna basically ride him to the wheel fall off. You're here, you've been a loyal servant, you're quality, but for now, there's just not an opportunity. It's like, if you have a really good goalie in one class and then a really good goalie the class underneath of him, it's like the kid that's also really good only gets to play really when he's a senior, because this whole time he's had this other really good goalie ahead of him. So it's like just basically unlucky for Max. For Sporting, it's a pretty decent payday for a player that hasn't played too much that you've developed. $5 million. I mean, it's a reasonable. I think that's or 4.5. I think that's like a reasonable price for Max right now. I think it's, if anything, like a slight overvaluation of his value at this moment. So yeah, I think it just kind of made sense for all parties right now. So no one could say no.
Yeah. You feel the same way, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, like Chris said, great deal for everyone involved. I think $5 million for a player who hasn't played a full season for us, I think, is good business. It's good business for him. If he has national team aspirations, then he definitely has more of a chance at being a starter at Granada, getting there, then back up at Sporting. And like Chris said, Dan's not being dropped for a while, unless it's for like a Taça da Liga or Taça de Portugal. But I'm sad to see him leave. Daniel Bragança's message to him had me teary eyed. But yeah, I think he's one of those players that in a few years people will be saying that he's going to be like how Rui Silva was for Granada and just sort of keep going up until he gets another big move and probably a few national team caps. I hope. He's definitely got the potential. Now he's got the chance to sort of prove himself. And why I didn't really rate him that much in that really bad season we had is not down to him. It's probably down to the defense and the whole tactics we had. I don't blame him. So yeah, he's got the potential, but now he just needs to prove it. And I think he's going to do that. And hopefully we get an extra 500,000 for it as well.
Facts. Yeah, I agree. And especially even not looking like national team, but youth national team, I think now he has a better chance than the Diogo Costa guy, like Porto's backup, because now he's actually getting regular team minutes. So yeah, man, sad to see him go.
At the moment, I think, by the way, Diogo Costa. I think he's played the last 2 games for Porto. I think he's overtaken. I think
Mark
so.
Lazine?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, my bad then. Oh, he has. My bad. I haven't watched too much Porto, to be honest. Aside from that bullshit 2 centimeter offside. I'm only here
21 apparently. 21 apparently.
Yeah, but their goal that they scored was 2 centimeters or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't get it. Anyways, I digress. Good shit. I'm trying to think of another transfer rumor, guys. Maybe you guys can take it away. I can't think of another one. Maybe like I mentioned the Marcus Edwards thing, but that's just saying that an English team and another team are interested in him. Go ahead, Sam.
He's going to stay at Guimarães this season. He's not leaving. I think they want too much for him, and last year he wasn't that good. I mean, I don't see any team taking a gamble on him. I would like to see him at Sporting, don't get me wrong, but for like 10 million, 12 million plus, then I don't see how he's an upgrade on Jovan, Nuno Santos, Pot, or yeah, he's going to stay at Vitória, I think.
Plata's got loan offers. He already had a couple, but now he got another one from Espanyol. So he has Cadiz and Espanyol, I think. Like, do you think he's going to leave?
He should.
He's not going to play. He hasn't played.
We've got too many wingers. And he just needs to go online.
Buchanan front's gone quiet.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I thought there was going to be breaking news. I mean, there still could be news this week, but I haven't heard anything this week because I thought that game against TFC was his last game, bro. He scores. It's homecoming. He does a backflip. Like I thought that was the sign off, bro. But
I'm more convinced January, bro. Like New England have a good chance to win the MLS Cup. They'll probably hold on to him until January.
I know, dude. They're like 10 points clear in the East.
Yeah. They have a really good team, man. Bruce Arenas, man. Guy's a legend. Guy knows how to win a cup. So or the MLS. So he'll probably keep him until January. Then we'll see. Maybe January we can finally fucking get him. That'd be ideal. Plot to Barcelona, boys.
If they pay us, which they won't because they can't.
I'm gonna reveal this secret information. I got a DM from this random account who told me that Diaby's gonna sign for Al Jazeera FC. That his brother works for the club or some shit. I don't even I'm not even doxing him because I don't even remember his name. It's like a random account, so it could be true, it could not be true. But if Diaby signs for Al Jazeera, bro, this random guy in my DMs the other day was right. So.
Didn't you send like a post on the group chat?
Yeah. It's like an unsourced tweet from like a Middle East rumors account, but that it didn't have anything to do with that. It was just like separate than that. But it's not haven't seen anything in Portuguese media about it. But like Diaby, I mean, it's a move that makes sense, right? Because it's like I don't think this guy has any suitors in Europe anymore at this point. Like, unless he wants to play in like Serbia or something, but you're gonna make more money going out there.
I think Idrissa Doumbia was linked to Turkey at some point, but I saw a video of him today training with the new training kit on.
Yeah, integrated into the squad potential. B team.
Well, like people like Renan aren't even allowed in the training facility, it seems. So
I have not seen. I never saw a photo of Battaglia in the new gear. I've never seen a photo of Renan in the new gear. I've never seen Felipe in the new gear. I never saw Sporad in the new gear. Sporad's been in his house, like in Braga, or his like nice ass house with a pool, like this whole time. I don't even think he's been at the academy. So the fact that Doumbia is there in the Nike kit tells me maybe he's gonna be on the B team this season. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. It's an interesting development to see him there with the kit on, like being photographed. You know.
I think, I'm with Juice Box here. I think if we can loan out Ilodi, we can definitely loan out Doumbia. Like now, everything's possible now. I think
Doumbia is still quite young though, so he might not be like full potential. He might become good.
We probably had to pay Boavista the full salary and also a fee for them to take him.
I wouldn't be surprised. In terms of Doumbia, we should have sold him to after that preseason friendly against Liverpool, man. He hasn't been the same since.
Yeah, dude, his value peaked in New York City.
Fuck.
That article in the Sun will live on though forever though. Klopp interested in top Ivorian talent.
Doumbia played for the Olympic team as well, by the way.
Yeah, and like improved his value like 10% allegedly, but he still seems like he has like no offers.
Did Ivory Coast
Bruno Paz? Like, is he alive?
Yeah,
no he's going to Fulham. Apparently,
that's right. That was the rumor, but then there was no follow up, right?
I tweeted it on the Sporting account, and I don't think we've had that much interaction on a tweet in a while. We had Fulham sources left, right, and centre. People from Fulham asking us questions. I've not seen Bruno Paz that much. He's been in the B team for a lot.
Craven Cottage army invaded, dude.
I saw someone compare him to Dembele, who used to play for Spurs, and I honestly don't know if that's a good comparison or not because I've not seen a lot of it.
I feel like he'd be a good signing for another good sign, like another guy who I could see doing well in the championship. But like, yeah, it's gone quiet for like a week now since that rumor.
I was trying to think, did Marco Silva even play Bruno Page? Was Bruno Page even part of the setup at that point? He's been with us for a while.
He was probably
has he played a first team game for us yet?
No, I don't.
Definitely
think he
has. He definitely has.
Maybe he has.
He's played either under Jorge Jesus or maybe even fucking Mark Silva, to be honest. I do. He's been around for a while. Let me see. How many games does he have for the main team? At least like a cup game or two, if I'm not mistaken.
Was he a Kaiser Ball legend? Was he a part of the team that lost like 2-0 to like the third division side?
Alverca.
Yeah, that was it.
He played one Europa League game against two. That's crazy.
Interesting.
Oh, I guess he hasn't played any. Maybe transfer market isn't really showing any cup games. I'm convinced he's played a cup game, but maybe I'm just thinking of the Europa League. He maybe did come in for Europa League and with Kaiser, to be honest.
Maybe actually, or
That's like
did
PSG,
CS take over that early? Were we already out of the Europa League when CS took over?
I think we were.
I don't think so. Did he come in December? I think. Is that right? Because Kaiser got sacked in September, actually, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he had his transfer.
I remember Balassi saying that he agreed because of Kaiser, and then Kaiser got sacked, and then I think it was Silas until December, then Ponce, and then Amorim. That how it went?
Yep, and then they never. And Amorim didn't even. Because then there was the COVID in there too. And then Amorim just told Hussein Balassi not even to bother coming back.
That was so mean. He was like, "Nah, you guys." We got
like 8 games left. Just enjoy your vacation, lads. I'm gonna play like Eduardo Quaresma and like all these kids. Fuck you.
He played the Europa League 18-19. So I guess that would have been
that's Kaiser Ball, I believe.
Yeah, Steelers or Kaiser. Yeah. So there we go. You guys miss Kaiser Ball like Lauren here? There were some great moments, man.
Dude, wait, is Kaiser the coach of... No, I was going to say, is Kaiser the coach of Al Jazeera? I think he's the coach of...
Oh, my God.
Is he trying to sign Diaby, bro?
Kaiser Ball was always good in like the first
half.
He's
the coach of Al Jazeera, bro.
It's garbage. Kaiser Ball fucking... If I'm not mistaken, Kaiser Ball was the 4-0 against PSG.
Diaby, bro. He's trying to sign Diaby.
That's crazy to me. I mean, he loved Diaby. He would not drop Diaby when he was here, so makes sense.
I think I saw a stat the other day that Diaby scored more goals than I think Hesse and Balassi combined. Which is really sad.
Well, like in his career?
For Sporting, I think.
Yeah.
I think Diaby has like 6.
One, dude. Hesse has 1, dude. How many
Balassi has 2, I think.
That one goal from Hesse deserved to be 2, bro. Nutmeg the keeper.
Yeah.
Legend. All right. Let's get off this. Or wait, is there any more transfers I can think of? Oh, I had one more question. Jovan to Portugal. What do you guys think of that? Would you have Jovan playing for Portugal? I personally think he should stick with Cap Verde. I think he'll be a Cap Verdean legend and help them in at least AFCON.
I don't think he's ever getting called up to Portugal. We've got so many great wingers.
Yeah, it's tough.
Can even make the sort of first stages of the national team like call up. So I don't think it's going to happen.
It's tough. It's tough for him. Yeah.
They've
a little bit better now, though. Like they qualified for African Cup of Nations, and they never used to.
That's what I'm saying.
They have a couple players. Yeah,
if
he played for Cape Verde, it'd be it could maybe like convince some more players who are like younger to play for Cape Verde. But yeah, I mean, has he played for the youth level Portugal?
Oh, the youth. I don't think so either. I think he just got citizenship recently. That's why.
Okay, he never played for Cape Verde youth either.
So he's played 1 game for the senior team in Cape Verde. It might have been a friendly. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, it was a friendly 2-0 against Luxembourg.
They might
in October 2018, he announced he was applying for Portuguese nationality.
Yeah, he might get the Funes Mori exception.
True. No, if it's a friendly, yeah, you can easily get by that. So
he wants to play for Portugal, though. I don't know if it's gonna happen though. I guess he can hold out for a little while. He can try for a couple more years. But yeah, I mean, it's honestly a meme that Fernando Santos is going to call João Mario. So it's like, dude, if you see that the selection process is a little bit crooked, then I don't know what you're like waiting for, dude.
Who's he gonna drop? If he drops someone like Pot, I'm gonna be fuming. I'm gonna cry.
Dude, that's exactly
Might
what
as
he's gonna
well.
drop.
If he's gonna call him up and not play him, you might as well drop him. Like,
Well, we know Moutinho is a lock anyway. He's always a lock, and William and Danilo are always locked. So it's just the like Ruben Neves. I don't think might replace. I don't know.
You're
I was
just gonna
gonna
tell
ask-
Ruben Neves to fuck off.
I was gonna also ask João Mario or Mateus Nunes, non-bias aside, who would you call up at this moment? Forget that he broke our hearts.
John Mario, to
Because he
be
is
fair,
playing well. He's playing well.
yeah, under George Jesus, he's playing well. So I think if I had to choose between them two, I would probably say John Mario at the moment. But I think in a couple of months it'll be Mateus Nunes.
How about you, Chris?
It's tough. I guess. I mean, it's like if it's like what would Fernando Santos do? It's obviously he's gonna call the guy that he's familiar with. You know, it's gonna be João Mario.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But at the same time, João Mario should have been called up at least this summer. Over like, okay, Moutinho had a good game for us, but
Sergio Oliveira, I think.
Sergio, oh my God, exactly, yeah, good point. Though Sergio Oliveira had a good season for Porto, but I'd agree, yeah. All right, that's it. The only other transfer news has nothing to do in terms of our men's soccer team. It's just the women's. What do you guys make of Ana Capeta? Months after signing with PSV, reportedly leaves and is coming back to Portugal, an unnamed team so far. I'm
Famalicão.
getting worried. Oh, it's Famalicão. So what do you think of that, Chris?
That's pretty wild. I don't know why we didn't just sign her again. Like, what the fuck? Like, how much are they paying her, dude? More than we would have been able to? Like, they find oil or something up there? The fuck's going on?
Really got to get on their women's team, man. I didn't expect it to really come, man. But yeah, that's basically it in terms of transfers. Nothing really happened in modalities yet. Season's pretty much
Basketball starts in like I think it was like October 17th or something. So a couple months. Got it a little while before we get started with that. I think we'll be in European qualifying of some sort. Yeah, it was like that tournament, right? It was like an 8-team bracket with like a 3. You have to win 3 games, and the winner of the mini 8-team tournament qualifies for Europe. So that's what we need to do, and I think that's in like October. So we have a couple of months for that.
Facts. So sick. Yeah, that's really it. Before asking you guys about the Billionaire Sad predictions, let's go into some Conference League talk because I believe it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow Pasfreda play Tottenham at home. How do you guys see that going? Does Pasfreda even have a chance? It just came off an ugly 3-0 loss to Boa Vista of all people. Sam, what do you think, dude?
Apparently Harry Kane's back for that game, or he's available for selection. So I feel
he wasn't selected. I don't think he was
not.
selected. No,
Oh,
I don't think he traveled.
Well, I mean,
I think if he was selected for that game, he'd be on the first bus to Man City. Like, let's be real. Like,
speaking of, they did beat Man City. To be fair,
yeah,
I wouldn't say convincingly, but you know, it happened. Pacos without Pepper is not the same Pacos we've seen before. So I think it's probably going to be the Tottenham victory, unfortunately.
How about you, Chris? Does Pacos have a chance?
Yeah, they got a shot. They've got a shot.
I like that.
Who was actually the fucking Lokomotiv Plovdiv who tried to lower the crossbars when they played Tottenham in the Europa League last season? And then they only lost like 3-1. Dude, I think that there's a shot, bro. Pasta's a good squad. They've got experienced left back. They've got some
That's
nice.
the only
looking
reason
kids.
he thinks they're going to win is because Endurance is playing.
He won MVP. He won
Yeah.
man of the match last game
Yeah,
after losing 3-0.
it was little reported because they lost 3-0, but the man of the match for PAS was Entunes, just so that you know.
Was it actually?
Yeah,
I think it was voted by the fans.
it was
if I'm
voted
not
by the
mistaken.
fans, to be fair. But I mean, how else are man of the matches determined usually,
Facts.
right?
Chris
Sport
voted
TV,
on like
Sport
his
TV just fucking
60
hands it to the guy who scored.
60 burners account. Chris voted.
Yeah, dude. I was just rigging the Instagram poll. Fuck yeah. So yeah, I think they got a shot. They just need to. Basically, it's in Portugal, right?
The first game's in Portugal, yeah.
Yeah, they just got to go back to England with a chance. No away goals. So
My worry is New Speed Sense, because he knows the team, he's not going to take as much of a risk. So I think if it's any other, especially if it's an English manager, they're going there with reserve team players and they're getting at least getting a 1-1 draw or something like that.
yeah,
But I don't think New Speed Sense going to really risk it. I think he'll respect Pastors a little bit at least. Next game is actually not as much talked about, but I think is a very tough opponent for Santa Clara as well. They play in Açores, Partizan Belgrade, Serbian juggernauts. I don't think they won the league last season. I think it was Red Star, but of course they're always amongst it. Santa Clara have a chance, boys. What do you think?
They've been in good form, and I really liked Carlos Jr.'s performances. I mean, he scored 4 in 4 in the Conference League already, 2 in 2 in Liga Buin. I think I have Santa Clara. If they're all recovered from COVID, which I think they will, well, at least some of them will be. But I give it to Santa Clara.
How about you, Chris?
yeah. They're tough to bet against right now. It's a big name Partizan, but to be honest, they were kind of shit last season. I don't know how good they are this year. But I mean, it's a tough away trip for both teams. So it's gonna be tough. Like, is it in Portugal? The first one.
First game's in Açores, yeah.
Yeah. So I think the home teams need to take advantage of their respective home games. So Santa Clara needs to win. For sure needs to win this game.
Yeah. I think they'll win at home at least too. Like you guys are saying, they're in good form. I was just seeing here, Red Star Belgrade won the league. So they had 108. Partizan had 95 points. So, and it's the Serbian league at the end of the day. So, anyways, let's jump into the Sporting game on Saturday, I believe it is, against BSAD at home. BSAD, who's coming off 2 losses, if I'm not mistaken. They lost their last game against Marítimo 2-1 at home, and they lost their first game, of course, to Porto 2-0 at Porto. Petit loves to spoil the party. I feel BSAD love to play against Sporting. I'll start off with my prediction. I think we're just too much for them. I'm going to go with a 3-0. Pot bags 2 and Paulinho bags another. How about you, Sam?
I'm just gonna update the prediction because I've got it open now. Can you just repeat your guesses?
3-0 Sporting.
Yeah.
Pot 2 and Paulinho 1. You know what I realized we forgot to do last week too? We forgot to ask Nando.
Oh no, we asked him in the group chat. He didn't.
Oh my bad, then I forgot to ask him.
If you after this, we'll get out the table, and then I think I've put the predictions from last week in there in the group chat as well.
Okay, let me pull it.
What I'll say, I'm gonna go 2-0. I'm gonna go with Pot because that is literally the easiest option you can choose for a goal scorer. And I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go Ruben Vinagre as well. I have a feeling.
Oh man,
I like that.
Yeah, 2-0. That's what I'm gonna go for.
Go ahead, Chris.
I am going to go. I think I'm gonna go 3-1. 3-1. I think, is Caseta going to play against us, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he probably will at this point. It's Wednesday. It's basically Thursday there. Is he going to be sold in the next 24, 48 hours? I hope not, but fuck it, for the sake of this prediction, I'm going to have to just send it. So Caseta with the Bulnes side goal, and Paulinho, you did the Vinag wild card. I'm going to hit you with the Kawats wild card. He's going to score, right? It's only a matter of time. You can't keep this guy off the score sheet for too many games in a row. Oh, Juicebox literally said that. Okay, I didn't even see that. So, yeah, Kawats with the third Sporting goal.
Speaking of transfers, I just also want to say you guys – well, no, he didn't score. But you guys almost fucked me of a prediction if he did score, because I did predict last week that Franceschi would score, and you guys had me convinced he was sold. So I was like, oh, okay, my bad. It was 2-0. I did say fucking 2-1, man.
Now he's sold.
I was literally watching that today, and Chris just goes, oh, he's been sold, man. And then he's oh, shit. Okay. 2-0.
All right, 2-0. Guys, fuck me up. The mind games. I love it.
I literally thought he was sold, to be honest, to be fair.
No, so did everybody else. So it's, let me
Caseta, with my luck, Caseta will be sold before we play them. So
probably.
Steph has been killing it with the predictions.
He has been killing it. Top of the league.
Relegation zone. What happens to the person who's relegated?
I have no idea.
They have to post an embarrassing photo of themselves on Twitter.
Wear a Benfica jersey or something.
Nah, because that image will just be on the internet permanently. And even if you delete it, you'll get owned with it one day.
These Sporting160 guys, man, these English guys, they're not true, man. It's the second one to come out with the Benfica jersey. You know?
Whoever gets relegated should have to come on the podcast to sing March of the Sporting from its entirety.
Yes.
as the intro.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that one. All right, boys. So that's another podcast down the book. Wait, we all predicted, right? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It's another podcast down the drain, down the books. Thanks for everybody for joining us in the guys. That's 121, by the way. Racking these guys up. Sporting played Belenenses. So we'll see you next week. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Sporting160_EN. Subscribe on YouTube, Sporting160EN. What do we do on Spotify? You follow or some shit like that? Give us a follow on Spotify.
Subscribe, I think.
Okay, cool. Subscribe, whatever it is on Spotify. Download our podcast. I don't know if that does anything, but hey, man, download it. Listen to it on your off time when you're offline, going for a nice jog or something. OnlyFans coming soon.
TikTok
now that
coming soon.
Now that there's no nudity. Yeah, TikTok coming soon.
Like a LinkedIn or something like that.
TikTok.
All right, guys. It's been real. We'll see you next week. And as always, Viva Sporting.